trade places with you if you ever needed it, or only if you wanted me to. Yeah, I would trade places with you. The plan is a map at the bottom of the box. I would pull over just to dig it out and fill up the tires and the empty thoughts. Yeah, the plan is a map at the bottom of the box. Where we are going, nobody knows. And if we go together, it's better than going it alone. Where we are going, nobody knows. And if you get too scared, we could always switch shadows. Everyone said that the time would fly, and all the days are diamonds, and all the stars in all the skies. Yeah, everyone said that the time would fly. Ask me anything that you want, and I will tell you all I know. Say the word, I'll be your confidant. Yeah, ask me anything that you want. Where we are going, nobody knows. But if we go together, it's better than going it alone. Where we are going, nobody knows. And if you get too scared, we could always switch shadows. I would trade places with you and wait around in the waning light. The shadows switch from gray to blue. Yeah, I would trade places with you. Thank you very much. Hey, Joe, can I get a little less vocal in the monitor? Keep everything else the same, but just a little less vocal. Thank you. I'm going to hear a little less of me. Ah, fantastic. I saw you crying in the rearview mirror. Some things are closer than they appear. I'll keep on driving till your hands getting steady. I saw you standing on an altar or a mountain. So much taller than the whole congregation. I heard it cracking in the air all around you. Broken words and fire too. I will do the breathing till you are able to come up for air. I will be the feathers on the wings of the bird. Eyes you wherever you need to go. I saw you working all alone. A little girl far from home. And I will do the breathing till you are able to come up for air. I will be the feathers on the wings of the bird that flies you wherever you need to go. Thank you very much. My name is Matt, and I used to be an electrician, just in case you don't know who I am. You probably do if you came in here. Probably, okay. I was driving towards Houston, but from the south. I played Galveston last night and Houston tonight, and whenever I do that, I stay in between. So I've gotten to know, over the last 10 years, I've really gotten to know Webster, Texas, a great deal. Well, not really. I'm inside my hotel. I do know some of the strip malls near it, but maybe that's all it is. I don't know. Anyway, I was driving up today, and it was a little rainy off and on today, but as I was approaching the skyline, it was obliterated with fog or rain clouds or smog, but I'm not. Do you know? How do you know which it is? It was smog today? Okay. It wasn't smog. So, okay, so this side of the room believes it was, and this side. That's good. I mean, that's okay. I like that we can all be in the same room and have different outlooks and opinions about smog and fog. I just couldn't tell. It was one of those things where I was looking at it and I thought, I don't know what that is. I don't know what's going on. Anyway, it's fine because everything's fine, and everything in the world is fine, and everything's going pretty great. So, but I'm going to play you this song right now that more and more I'm really excited. I'm excited to be alive in this time, near the end of time, and. Just really, I love the idea of a mass extinction. I feel like I used to, when I was younger, I feel like I was a little more scared of it. And as I've gotten older, I'm like, I'm fine with it happening. And anyway, so this is a song that just deals with a little bit of the lighter side of mass extinction. There. This used to be the bottom of the ocean, all of the red rocks, or the gray rocks. I should have paid closer attention when you were talking. Don't follow me out into the canyon, across the water, into the wide open meadows with the grass so tall I'm lost in the undertow. How did you ever know which were the big changes? Now I'm so afraid of being afraid. Maybe I'm a fool to fly, and the ground is ancient, and I'm so free. See all the trees are burning. See all the roots now undercover, where the roots will survive. This place will be so cool when we're gone. How did you ever know which were the big changes? Now I'm so afraid of being afraid. Maybe I'm a fool to fly. The ground is ancient, and I'm so free. And I'm so free. And I'm so free. Oh, thank you very much. I like to swim anywhere I can, wherever I am, and I also like to not read the news. I do those things in tandem a lot, and but then every once in a while, it's very difficult to not read the news without some news like seeping in at some spots, and sometimes it's not necessarily news, but it's just information that I don't need, but I'm gonna be told, and so recently I don't remember where it was, but something popped up in front of me on my screen of choice, and it said that there was flesh-eating bacteria in like all these bodies of water, and I'm sure it's not actually real, or maybe it's very real. Anyway, nobody knows anymore. But it said that, and I thought, oh man, I really love swimming in bodies of water, and now I got to worry about flesh-eating bacteria. And I think at some point it would probably behoove me to read a full article instead of just glancing at a headline that's on the screen in front of me. But anyway, so this morning I was at the hotel that I was at, and they had quite a nice little swimming pool. But all I could think about was that it was filled with flesh-eating bacteria. I mean, I still swam in it, absolutely. Whatever. I'm all in. If something's gonna get me, it's gonna get me. But but in Austin, where I live, I swim in Barton Springs every morning, and I just love it there. And it's a constant, like 67 or 68 degrees. And it's beautiful, and there's fish and turtles, and cormorants and geese. And although recently, I read something on the internet that apparently at Barton Springs there's these big bass, and they will sometimes bite you, which I think is fine. I think that's probably fine. It's not a big deal. But I have family that live on the West Coast, and we sometimes go out there for the holidays. And probably 4 or 5 years ago, we were out there for Christmas and New Year's. And I started swimming in the ocean every day, which is not something I grew up doing. And it's the ocean there is considerably colder than Barton Springs. And also there's sharks. And there's like more sharks. There's a lot more sharks. Like I'll go in like 20 feet, 30 feet, and I'm like, that's fine. But now there's like, anyway, everything's falling apart, and it's just, and pretty soon there's going to be sharks right here in McGonigel's Mucky Duck. So that's why I'm telling you this. It's just a public service announcement to beware of the eventual Irish pub sharks. This song only deals with the ocean, but just bear that in mind that eventually sharks will take everything you love. Okay. I went swimming in the ocean, but the ocean knocked me down. I thought I could walk through waves, but the ocean knocked me down. I got up, but I lost a step when the ocean knocked me down. I went home all alone when the ocean knocked me down. Beach can be a safe place when the ocean knocks you down. Sometimes it's a parking lot when the ocean knocks you down. Singing a tune in your living room when the ocean knocks you down. It's alright to feel a little tight when the ocean knocks you down. Let's feel sad together. Let's stay mad forever. Let's build roads where nobody goes. Let's all help to carry when it's big and scary. Let's give hands to hold until we let go. I felt tall on New Year's Day, so the ocean knocked me down. My heart beat in the usual way, so the ocean knocked me down. I got old and I got cold, so the ocean knocked me down. I can't fly, I'm just some guy, so the ocean knocked me down. Let's feel sad together. Let's stay mad forever. Let's build roads where nobody goes. Let's all help to carry when it's big and scary. Let's give hands to hold until we let go. Let's feel sad together. Let's stay mad forever. Let's build roads where nobody goes. Let's all help to carry when it's big and scary. Let's give hands to hold until we let go. Let's give hands to hold till we let go. I went swimming in the ocean, so the ocean knocked me down. Thank you very much. Go in the ocean, it's fine. The ocean's fine. Upside down in my head. Couldn't find my shadow in the light, in the dark. You said don't go, take me with you. The car was running, but I put it in park. Weighted down in my body, oh my body. Couldn't feel my fingers in the cold, in the cold. Every word like a bomb, like a bomb. Let them go, so they had to explode. I can't see right in front of me. My eyes are half size of what they used to be. Fear of falling, full of doubt. 2020 counting down to lights out. 2020 counting down, lights out. Heart-shaped hole on my eyes, in my eyes. Couldn't make an outline for to fit in. You said something miles away. I heard distance on the wind. I can't see right in front of me. My eyes are half size of what they used to be. Fear of falling, full of doubt. 2020 counting down, lights out. 2020 counting down, lights out. I remember, oh, my hands were electric. I could fix what I could see. I was digging, you were also digging. Didn't figure on losing me. I can't see right in front of me. My eyes are half size of what they used to be. Fear of falling, full of doubt. 2020 counting down, lights out. 2020 counting down, lights out. Lights out. Lights out. Lights out. Lights out. Thank you. Any questions or concerns? Okay. Oh, yes. You in the first row. Yeah. Yes. I do not have a Waco song. That is a Southpaw Jones song. Yeah, I'm so sorry. It's a great song. I love that you brought it up. It's a song that Southpaw he put himself in a contest. Waco was having a contest for a city theme song, and Southpaw sent this song in, and they didn't select it. It's called "Why Not Waco," because, you know, why not? And and although I do sing the very, very high harmonies where I go, oh, why, like that, it's very high, and that's all I know of that song. I'm so sorry. Yeah, that's all right. How many baseball games have I been to this year? This year, right, 2026. How many baseball games have I? How many Giants baseball games have I been to this year? Let's say 4. I've been to 4, maybe 5. Yes, because I went to spring training. Because of course I did. I went to spring training and I saw 4 games in Phoenix, and then my tour continued out to San Francisco. And I did not think that I was going to go to the opening weekend in San Francisco because they were playing the Yankees and all the tickets were like $1 bazillion. And but a friend of mine wrangled some tickets, and so we went. It was a very, very sad weekend, and really it's been a sad season in general. I know you can relate, Houston. But we are we are not our usual selves, and it's in fact I think as of like yesterday, the Giants right now officially have the worst record in all of baseball, and we're a little below the Rockies and the Mets and the Astros. But I did get to go see the Giants get shut out by the Yankees, so that was. But it was fun. It's always just fun to be in the ballpark, and I just released a 45 that has 2 baseball-themed songs on it. It's a brand new record. It just came out in late March. It came out on opening day, and I'll go ahead and play those songs for you right now because they're the new songs, and it's a 45. It's a little record. So there's an A side and a B side. So I'm going to start with the A side. And this song was mostly inspired by playing baseball. I've been the last 3 years. This is my 4th season playing with the Austin Drag, and so I've gotten to play baseball again, and it's really fun. It's super super fun. It's all ages, all like adult ages, and it's co-ed, and it's overhand, fast pitch, hardball, and so sometimes you're facing somebody in their 60s throwing 40 miles an hour, and sometimes you're facing someone in their 20s throwing 80 miles an hour, and it can get a little intense. And honestly, it's shocking how few people get injured playing it, but we do get injured. There's some injury, but this is the A side to the new record. I hit a home run, wasn't a long one, it was a short fence, so I hit another one. Then I hit a line drive, just off the left side, didn't hit anybody, everybody's alright, just like love, just like love. Just like love. I got a pop fly staring at the blue sky, waiting on the come down, sun in my eyes. Then I got a ground ball running to keep from falling right in front of me. It was a close call, just like love, just like love, just like love. I am in the outfield, I call it a call. I got a full count, but I'm not out yet. I stole some bases, I won some races. I'm too fast sometimes, I've been lots of places. I'm running on contact, unless I gotta get back, might get in a pickle, working on a comeback, just like love, just like love, just like love. Thank you. All right, we're going to turn the record over to the B side. And the B side is, it's a very specific story song. It's called The Ballad of Marco Scutaro. And it's the story of Marco Scutaro with the San Francisco Giants in 2012. And when I had written that other song, the first song I played, I realized that I I wanted another baseball song, and then I would put them out together. And I had this song, The Ballad of Marco Scutero, that I've been writing since 2013. And I've written it like 8 different times. Like I would write it, and then I would completely get rid of the song and start over, and it would be a different song. And I was an Irish jig at one point. Anyway, it was a lot of different things. And so I sat down to kind of finish the song, and I found something that I finally liked, and I had done all my research, and so I finished the song. And I went and I played it for my wife, which I often do when I finish a new song. And I said, "Here's the Ballad of Marco Scutero," and I played it for her, and she said, "I don't know what the hell's going on in this song. This makes no sense. Nothing about this song makes any sense. It's too much information." And I said, "No, I think you're wrong. I think it's fine." And she said, "What it really needs is in the middle of the song, it needs an informational voiceover." And I said, "That's ridiculous. What? That's not a thing that is in songs. I've never heard of anything more ridiculous." And anyway, there is now an informational voiceover in the middle of this song. And on the last song that I played, the one on the first side, there's a guest organist, a baseball organist, and it's a buddy of mine named Josh Cantor, and he's the organist for the Boston Red Sox. So it was very cool to like kind of get him on the record doing that. But for the B side, I had to hire a voice actor because I can't I'm not an informational voice-over artist, and so I got somebody else to do it. But I do not travel with a voice actor. That's just I think there's unions and stuff. Anyway, I don't do that. So I'd like to get a volunteer from the audience tonight, if I might. You're volunteering her, but she's saying no. Is there anybody? You can do it? All right, why don't you come on up here? What's your name? Eric. Come on up here, Eric.
Actually, my wife, she went to high school with.
I did go to high school with your wife. Mm-hmm. That's true, yeah. So, Eric, because I don't want to forget Eric.
Oh, yes.
Okay. So hold that.
All right.
So you're going to stand a couple steps over that way. Okay, there you go. And then I'm going to get to like the middle of the song. I'm going to sing the song, and then you're going to come over. I'm going to nod to you. You're going to come over. You're going to be on the microphone, and you're going to just read that. Okay. All right. No pressure. Okay. Great. All right. Here we go. On an October night in San Francisco, with the flags flying in, no moon in the sky but stadium lights, looking for a Giants win. In the bottom of the first, in the second game, Matt Holliday hit Marco Scutero sliding into second base, and no calls were made, and it kept on playing. On an October night in San Francisco, with fog rolling in, all the stocking caps were orange and black, and the seagulls hanging on the wind. And the wind had changed in the bottom of the fourth, all tied up with the bases loaded. Up comes Scutero, of course, and he hit it at Holiday, and it went right through his legs. Couldn't make this up if it wasn't happening. Someone should write this down so everyone can sing. Oh, the Ballad of Marco Scutero, yeah, the Ballad of Marco Scutero.
Marco Scutero was born in Venezuela and came all the way to the U.S. to play baseball at the age of 19. By the time he was playing with the San Francisco Giants in 2012, he had played on 5 other major league teams and 2 teams as a minor leaguer, and he was 36 years old, which is old for baseball. He was a lifer, a utility infielder, a solid hitter, a player to be named later, and eventually he was an all-star, an MVP, and a World Series champion.
Let's hear it for Eric on the informational voiceover. Thank you, Eric. And the Giants won, and the Cardinals lost, but the Giants lost the next two. Down 3-1, feeling almost done. They were singing the St. Louis Blues, but Scooter kept getting hits. Something just sort of clicked, and they stayed alive, shut them out in Game 5, and went ahead and took Game 6. And back in the city by the bay, one more game to play. You couldn't make this up if it wasn't happening. Someone should write this down so everyone can sing. Or the Ballad of Marco Scutero, yeah, the Ballad of Marco Scutero. October night in San Francisco, near the end of Game 7, 2 outs in the ninth for the Giants fans, a little bit of baseball heaven. And Holiday hit a pop fly that Scooter caught, and the fans went wild. Couldn't make this up if it wasn't happening. Someone should write this down so everyone can sing. Or the Ballad of Marco Scutero, yeah, the Ballad of Marco Scutero. One more time for Eric there on the informational voiceover. Wonderful job, Eric. I don't know. I have some connections in the Giants world, and I got it to a few people that said they were going to get it to Marco. I don't know. Marco is Venezuelan, and I don't know that he's in this country right now. Currently, I think he might be back in Venezuela. But yeah, my hope is that one day he will hear it. I don't know if he has or not. That would be lovely. Yeah, let's do that. I'm gonna play kind of an old song now that is, but it's I have several San Francisco specific songs, and ever since I've been playing this Marco Scutero song, it kind of made me think about these older songs. And I was born in San Francisco, and my father was born there, and my grandfather was born there. And my grandfather played with the Seals, the San Francisco Seals, in the 1930s with Joe DiMaggio. And so a lot of baseball in our family and a lot of San Francisco. And when I was, I think I was in my early 20s, I had dropped out of college to join a Zimbabwean-influenced world beat band, like you do. And so I was touring with them up and down the west coast of the United States, and we had between 8 and 12 members in the band, and we had no big band vehicle. We had like 7 kind of smaller vehicles, and so we would caravan. And right around that time, my parents gave me an old car. It was a car that they had sold their car to another couple, and the couple had given them money, and then the couple said, also take this car. And my parents said, no, we don't want the car. We're selling you our car. And they said, yeah, but just take this car because we don't want it. And it was a 1975 Volvo station wagon, and it was in pretty rough shape. But I didn't have a car, and my parents were like, here you go, you can have this car. And so I drove it up and down the West Coast, and that car was it did a lot of world beat touring, but it eventually died, and it died in the middle of the Golden Gate Bridge at 1 a.m, Sunday into Monday. And anyway, it inspired at least part of this song. Golden Gate Bridge is a lonely place to break down. There's no one around, and I don't know a thing about cars. Underneath a street light 100 times the size, may as well be a searchlight. I don't know a thing about my car. Calling long distance, 2,000 miles. Hardly a heartbeat, but I'm no good on the phone. I could cross the ocean, tell it to the world, barely breathing, but I'm no damn good on the phone. I won't worry, baby, I won't put up a fight. Make it to tomorrow if I can get one thing right. The hottest day in the history of the state, arriving on fire, and I don't really know you. Slept on a fold-out army issue cot. It's what I got, and I don't even know you. Won't worry, baby, won't put up a fight. Make it to tomorrow if I can get one thing right. I can see you every single day. It's never the same. And I've been holding on, crying all night, drowning in your bed, worry in your head. I'll be holding on. I won't worry, baby, I won't Thank you. I don't know what you heard, but heard it too. I don't know if a bird, but a bird will do all the flying things built around building wings made out of whatever you are. I don't know if the words are rolling right out the door of my mouth. Is my mouth to bite off the tongue where the words have begun to remain written down in where you are? What a place we have arrived. I couldn't find it again if I tried. The small geography of an anniversary. I don't know if the time was time to save all the years all at once in a single day to begin again, made to be built within words that were made up where we were. I don't know if we made the right mistake starting over and over, the bumps and breaks in the bones and hearts, saving the broken parts, making up whatever we were. What a place we have arrived. I couldn't find it again if I tried. A small geography of an anniversary. Oh, I want to be here now. Thank you very much. I was just earlier today I was thinking about this song. I've not played it in a long time, or I've not played it in maybe 6 months, so not that long. But it feels like a long time, and I don't know why it popped into my head today. But I'm gonna try to play it for you. There's a lot of words, and I have to like go into a trance to play it usually. And but you had requested a Southpaw Jones song, and Southpaw is not here, and so I will at least play a song that is one that I do with the Matt and Southpaw show. And this is a true story. My car broke down on the way to a show in Dallas, and there was a woman that helped me out, kind of on the side of the road, and she asked that I write a letter for her, and I did, and I also wrote this song, and so this is for Angela. Dear Customer Complaint Department, I have nothing to complain about. In fact, I have nothing but good things to say about your company today. Let me begin by saying that normally I avoid your store like the plague. But recently on a drive to Dallas, my car broke down on the side of the road in West Texas, not the direction, but the town called West. It was the battery, and I got a jump start for free with my AAA card. But the local mom and pop garage were unfortunately unable to assuage my electrical conundrum because my car is not American made. So, still running from an earlier jump start, well, I drove on down the road for the first time in my life, praying that I'd see a Walmart. Now, normally your store's like a virus, like Miley Cyrus in a teen magazine. Every 5 miles on the road, like a toad, a monstrous amphibian on the horizon, entirely blocking out the sun. But today Murphy's Law was riding shotgun, and I didn't see one for 47.5 miles. And as I drove into Lancaster, Texas, an alabaster albatross arose out of the darkness, and I cried tears of joy as I drove around the back to the tire and lube garage. And I jumped out with my car still running. I asked a jumpsuited employee if he could change my battery, but he didn't have a smile for me. He said 45-minute wait, but in 45 minutes I was going to be late to my very first show at Uncle Calvin's Coffee House at a church in Northeast Dallas. So I stood under the late afternoon sun. On the hot asphalt, my car continued to run, and I thought, this is the end of the line. I was running out of gas and running out of time, figuring I'd finish my days in a Walmart parking lot in a heat stroke haze, when an angel appeared at my side, and her name tag read Angela. She had pity in her eyes. She said, pull into bay number 2 and pop your hood, and I'll see what I can do. And she examined the dimensions of my battery, said, yeah, I think we have that, I'll go get it for you. And the sun began to feel like my friend, and when she returned she had tools to lend. And Angela and I worked side by side, as though we'd worked together since the dawn of time. And 5 minutes later, when I tried to pay her, she said, pay for the battery, but you don't owe me anything. And as I turned to leave, she said, write a letter to Walmart and tell them what you think of me. So, dear customer complaint department, I have nothing to complain about. In fact, I have nothing but good things to say. And please pass on my thanks to Angela today, and you should give her a raise and let her unionize and allow her to sue for sexual harassment in a class action fashion. If that's what she needs, she undoubtedly needs. Sincerely, Matt. Thank you very much. That's very, very kind of you. So, I don't know, do any of you here know the great singer-songwriter Tim Easton? No? No? Okay, all right. If you ever see him around, you should go see him. He's a fantastic songwriter. And actually, Tim and I we're co-hosting our hopefully first annual songwriting and fishing summer camp up in the eastern Sierra Nevada mountains at 9,300 feet, where you can come up and you stay in some cabins and we go fishing and we write songs. It's going to be really cool. It's in September 10th through the 14th. And it's a very limited number of spaces available. No, you don't have to do anything. You're just it's up at that high of an elevation. You won't be able to do much anyway. So it's you get kind of dizzy, but that's why the fishing is good. But so I've known Tim for many, many years, and we've been on the road together, and we've been roommates on the road, and we've toured Japan together a couple of times over the years. We have the same promoter over there, and he's brought us over together a few times, and my buddy Tim is in about a week. He's going over to Japan this year. He has a new record out, and he's going over there to do a very, very special tour. he wasn't sure. He didn't go last year, and he wasn't sure he was going to go this year. And he talked to our promoter, and the promoter said, "You have to come. It's very important that you come this year." And I'm not sure if I've remembered the word correctly, but he said it's a very special tour that you're going to do. It's called a Henricky, or I think it's Henricky or a Kenricky tour. But it basically, Tim is turning 60 this year, and that is it's a very important venerable age. And so our promoter said, now that you're turning 60, we will have this special tour for you. Well, everyone will be extra nice to you because now you are old and venerable. So he's going over there to do that, and I'm very excited for him. But I will play this song right now that I wrote after my first tour in Japan in 2007. I was watching girls going by on bicycles in Osaka in the rain, riding with one hand holding umbrellas in Osaka in the rain. And I thought if I took some pictures and read some Buddhist scripture, if I brought them home, though I was alone, you could see me walking in Osaka in the rain. I was looking up and feeling down in Osaka in the rain, spinning upside down and around in Osaka in the rain. And it's tomorrow where I am, seems I've left you behind again. Even if I stop, the world will not. I would still be walking in Osaka in the rain. 180 miles an hour in Osaka in the rain. This bullet train's got superpowers in Osaka in the rain. And I'm getting used to rocking this way. When I gotta go, that's when I wanna stay. I'll come again and I'll bring you then. We'll go walking in Osaka in the rain. Thank you. So there is Jenny here went to high school with me a long time ago. My wife and I just celebrated our 36th anniversary of our first date, which was while we were still in high school. It was a couple months before we graduated in 1990. And so I'm constantly reminded of high school. And over the years, I've written a lot of songs for my wife. And when we first met in high school, we met in a musical. It was called Snoopy, which is the sequel to You're a Good Man, Charlie Brown. And I played the part of Charlie Brown, and she played the part of Peppermint Patty. And when we first started going out, I had another girlfriend in high school had broken up with me and broke my heart, and I was very sad about it. And I unfortunately was already writing songs. And so I told my future wife, I said, listen, we can totally go out. That's cool. But I cannot write you any love songs, for that part of my life is over. And my wife, much to her credit, said, what? And so over the years, I have, in fact, written her a lot of love songs and some apology songs and a bunch of other kinds of songs. And this song is a very specific subgenre of song. It is the I am sorry that upon the birth of our first child, we both decided to quit our day jobs to pursue careers in the arts and now can no longer afford to pay the mortgage song, which I think is a very important subgenre of songs. And also that does urge me to mention that after the show, I have merchandise for sale back there. There's the new Vinyl 45 baseball songs. There's a new baseball-themed T-shirt. And then there's a whole other table of just sale stuff, because I got a lot of stuff in my garage. So there's a whole bunch of CDs and other 45s. And if you buy one of the baseball 45s tonight, you can also pick a baseball card. There's a bunch of baseball cards there, and I think there's still a few Astros. I don't know if people took them or not, but there's some Rangers. You guys don't want any Rangers, probably. No, probably not here. But there's other teams. It's a little step in the right direction. Couldn't see it from space, but I'm right next to you. Whatever you decide to do, I've got your back, we're on the same track. In the universe, you're a molecule. In my eyes, you're a great big deal. Bigger than the moon, you're the only tune I hear. I've got your back, we're on the same track. And if we're moving, then we're moving together. And if we're standing still, then it's still forever. I'm not a psychic, I'm not a mind reader. I don't know when our ship's gonna be here, or if it never comes in. I would do it all again. I've got your back, we're on the same track. And if a big wave washed it all away, the apocalypse and the judgment day, well, I would testify, looking God in the eye, saying I got her back, we're on the same track. And if we're moving, then we're moving together. And if we're standing still, then it's still forever. It's a little step in the right direction. Couldn't see it from space, I'm right next to you. Whatever you decide to do, I've got your back, we're on the same track. And if we're moving, then we're moving together. And if we're standing still, then it's still forever. Thank you. You were too cool for school, ran around smiling like a clown kid. Howdy did, do it like you never never hid from anyone. And I'll miss that kind of crazy in the free time, small crime, hanging out, bothering the old folks, bumming smokes, tapping shoulders, telling jokes to anyone. And I feel that I've been broken from a shadow, a tiny human echo, a sliver of a second chance, the power of protection. I'm just an animal, an alien inside of me. There is no escaping whatever it will be, is whatever it will be. With your long hair, don't care attitude, barely raised an eyebrow, know how, whatever, never knew you anyway. And I was never all aboard as a bad guy, white lie, knocking down mailboxes in the rich hood, no good reason to reasoning with anyone. And I feel a whole lot smaller than a shadow, a tiny human echo, a sliver of a second chance, the power of protection. I'm just an animal, an alien inside of me. There is no escaping whatever it will be, is whatever it will be. I'm just a shadow, a tiny human echo, a sliver of a second chance, the power of protection. I'm just an animal, an alien inside me. There is no escaping whatever it will be, is whatever it will be. Thank you. I'm really excited for the, again, I didn't read an article, I just saw a headline, but apparently there's alien information, right? Is that right? I'm not going to read about it, but I'm excited to know that there's an article about it. That's it's my wife and I were sitting on the couch a month ago, maybe 2 months ago. I don't honestly remember, but we were sitting on the couch, which we do in the evenings. We have kind of a routine like many of us do when she'll get home from work and we walk the dog, and then I make dinner, and then we'll watch one show. And then she goes to bed at like 8 o'clock. And then I stay up till like midnight or 1. And then she gets up at 5 o'clock. Anyway, so we have this like window where we see each other. And so we were sitting on the couch and we were going to watch our one show. I don't remember what it was. And my wife said, I need to watch the phone also because the shuttle, the people are coming back. And I said, what now? And she said, the shuttle, the people are in the water, from the shuttle, they're coming back that were on the moon. And I said, there were people on the moon? Anyway, the news channels that I pay attention to, like I said, are very few. And I had entirely missed that people went to the moon. So that So I'm not gonna miss that there's aliens. I'm not gonna read about it, but I very aware. Bear moved into the city when all of the work dried up, put it all in his pickup truck, drove down the mountain, and he scoured the classified ads for a window at the view of the trees, signed his name, got a set of keys, and the empty light of a room, and he said, wonder if this is what heaven is like. What if it means I'm more dead than alive? What would I be if I turned out the light before night fell? Bear walked a while for groceries, and everyone stared at the ground, moving to the beat of the sound, the voices of the engines, and the sidewalk toward his feet, and it hurt just a little more. Open and close the door, the bodega on the corner, and he said, wonder if this is what heaven is like. What if it means I'm more dead than alive? What would I be if I turned out the light before night fell? In the old days, we would up and run. In the old days, we were so young. Bear lay down on a park bench, stared straight up at the sky, waiting on the first starlight in the space between the buildings. And he stayed awake all night with the cars and the people, and his fingers formed a steeple pointed at the sky. He said, I wonder if this is what heaven is like. What if it means I'm more dead than alive? What would I be if I turned out the light before night fell? Thank you very much. So I have a few more songs for you, and thank you so much for coming out and spending your Friday night with me here at the Mucky Duck. And a big thanks to everyone here at the Mucky Duck for hosting me, and thank you to Joe on the sound back there. Let's hear it for Joe. All right, there we go. About a month ago, we in Austin and me personally lost a dear friend and one of our great songwriters, John D. Graham. He passed away about a month ago, and I was lucky enough to get to know John D. 30 years ago, and we became friends, and our families became friends, and our kids grew up together. And John D. had been in a lot of pain for a long time, and that man almost died more than any other person I've ever known in my life. And so he really got all of his 9 lives. And anyway, he passed on, and that last song that I played, The Bear, was partly inspired by him. He draws these beautiful bear pictures and paintings, and I have one hanging on my office wall. And when I was writing that song, it was John D.'s bear kept talking to me, and I was like, all right, Bear, you're in the song, like that. You're the song. But I'd like to play you a song of John D.'s that I've covered a lot over the years. And I've been playing it a lot this week. I played it at his funeral, and there's been tribute shows in Austin the last couple weeks, and I think there's still more to come. But if you ever got to see John D. in person, you're very lucky, and he was a giant and a bear of a man. I'm broke, $100 bill for 2 tickets on the bus into the hills. Well, my boy stood up in his seat. He said, I have never seen Christmas lights like that. All my angels have gone home. Can we use yours? Well, it was just him and me, 2 little bitty fishes swimming in bluest sea. Well, it was just you and I, 2 lonely little birds flying blue sky. All my angels have gone home. Let's use yours. I'm broke. Another $100 bill for 2 tickets on the bus out of the hills. Well, my boy was sleeping in his seat. I thought I've never seen little light like that. All my angels have gone home. Can we use yours? Let's use yours. Can we use yours? Thank you very much. I'm gonna play one more song. That will be my last song. Then I will do one more song after that. That's the forced encore portion of the program, and then we will be done. After that, feel free to come over and say hello to me. I have merchandise and baseball cards. I told you that I didn't like to dance, but I do. I really love it, it's true. But I'm embarrassed in front of you. I act a whole lot tougher than I am in front of you. And pretty much my whole life through, I have forgotten what it is I do. I'm not angry anymore. I'm so angry all the time, and all the energy, all the people been so good to me. I'm not angry, I'm so angry. Told you that I never really cry, but that's a lie. I crossed my heart, I hope to die. I didn't mean it, I cry. On the sidewalk or in a rainstorm, I am the scarecrow standing in the corn, hanging on lamppost with my umbrella hanging. I got my tap shoes and I'm so happy singing songs sung blue and dear Frank Mills. The sound of music spinning on the Swiss sails. Officer Krupke if I was a rich man. Conrad Birdie kissing girls cause he can. I'm not angry anymore. So angry all the time and all the energy, and I'm not angry anymore. I'm so angry all the time and all the energy, all the people been so good to me. I'm not angry, I'm not angry, I'm so angry. Told you that I didn't like to dance, but I do. I really love it, it's true. But I'm embarrassed in front of you. Oh my gosh, you guys, thank you for the encore. I appreciate that. That's very gracious of you. And